Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Shokugeki no Souma, San no Sara, Toutsuki Ressha-hen, or you could call it Food Wars, the third plate Toutsuki train arc on episode 10. Now, this episode right here, wow, well done and very good. I'm looking forward to the next episode and the ones after that. Not gonna lie, I am really glad I'm taking a long time watching this episode, not to mention getting screenshots, every single detail here and there. So yeah, this is gonna be one of those long recaps, etc. So don't expect it to be less than 10 minutes. Expect at least maybe 15 to 20 at most. So I highly recommend you leave right away if you don't want to watch want to waste 30 minutes of your life or so. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that our rebel group, is going up against the Elite 10, of course, the team Shokugeki. As for Alice-chan, she narrates how they got expelled from the Toutsuki Academy and how Alice managed to get the guards to let them stay. As for our idol, who is apparently making the announcements, she's brainwashed, okay? Urara, I don't give a about her, honestly. And we see to it that the Elite 10 enters the stage along with the rebels, and it seems like to me they seem to be ready. They seem to be much prepared than usual. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy and excited to see see what this is gonna be shown and capable of, that kind of thing. And we see to it that that there's gonna be a 3-on-3 round, and the first bout will be about let me see here. Ishiki, Souma, and the former third seat Megashima, I think. Yeah, Megashima up against these people. Kaburagi Shoko, the new fifth seat, and let's see here, Shiratsu Juryo. And we see to it that Yukihira is up against Kukuko Nene, which apparently she ends up trash talking him and says, I apologize in advance if I were to make you cry. I'm thinking in my mind, oh, don't be too hard on me, okay? And we see to it that they get to choose the topic here and there, and people were dissing on Souma while Kukuko Nene says, can you guys shut up? I dislike freaking mean-spirit heckling. And we have to it that Kuga makes a funny comment to Yukihira by saying, be careful, Pigtails over there is always in a bad mood and has a barbed tongue. Be careful. She's probably on the rag today too. And Kukuki Nene is like, go die, Kuga. And we have to it that we get to know Kukuki Nene's speciality is Japanese cuisine in general, because her family runs a soba restaurant in Kanda, and their top-notch establishment has safeguarded the tenets of Edo soba for generations. She learned the classic dance, calligraphy, and the zither, among other things. But of course, she has received exhaustive instruction in the tea ceremony, kaiseki, and other aspects of Japanese cuisine. Her soba making skills are without question. And we have to it that she's thoroughbred in every sense of the word. And we have to it that Kukuki Nene decides to let Yukihira choose the topic. And the funny thing is she says, I want you to choose a topic. I like to have a clean, fair fight, unlike Aizen. And ends up saying that, don't think I'm limited to Souma and Japanese cuisine, Yukihira Souma. Let me also tell you something. Whatever topic and whatever culinary genre you may draw, I will still crush your dish. And Soma's like, hey, nice trash talk, And we see to it that freaking Soba, dude. It was so hilarious. Everyone's like, huh? Even Kukuki Nene is like, what the hell? And everyone's like, oh yeah, this is over for him now. Even Nikumi and Hisako's like, what is with your freaking bad luck, dude? Seriously. And everyone's like, he's done. He's finished. All of his friends, I think, are having so much doubt. I'm like, can you guys not have so much depression right now? He has not even showed his true skills yet. And we have to it that even Megumi was concerned. And Aaron is like, oh man, this is bad. And we have to it that Kukuki Nene is like, it's not my fault. And we have to it that someone's like, oh, I'm sorry. She goes like, I don't want you to apologize. What are you doing? And we see to it that Ishiki's topic will be eel. As for Megashima, former third seat of the Elite 10, I don't know what his topic is, but one thing for sure, the bout is already settled. The topic has been drawn. Souma would take on Kokuko and Soba, while Megashima taking on that new fifth seat, and then Ishiki's taking on whatchamacallit, that strange guy with the hat, Juriko, I don't know what his name is. And they have 2 hours to finish their dish or something, you know? And we see to it that they grab their own ingredients and their honored judges will soon arrive. And of course you're allowed to bring your own ingredients as well. Even right now, Souma managed to get his ingredients, though he was a little bit late. And we get to see Kukuko Nene's skills right now. So she started like making the soba dough, and it's in a big wooden bowl. And Erina explains how the steps go. She explains like first comes the hydration step. Water is added to the sifted buckwheat flour. Later on, then mixed in by hand to hydrate the whole mixture. And it's coming together quickly, and they go like, wow, I never seen some elegant execution like that. And we have to it that Megami's like, it's almost like you're watching an artisan rather than a chef or something. And we have to it that Azumi explains that this is true technique. The fingers definitely nurture each clump of buckwheat such that it grows in size. This delicate process allows optimal hydration of the buckwheat flour. And not only that, the soba granules have grown to size of fava beans or something. And even one of Yukihira's friends go like, she's entering the gathering stage where the dough is brought together into a ball. You can tell that the dough is coming together and getting elasticity. Even right now, Kurokiba's like, it's hard to believe she's doing that with sticks for arms or something. And we had to it that Erina explains that it's because of her lower body. And I'm pretty sure all of us boys or men right now, I'm thinking of my mind, oh, the lower body, ain't that sweet. That's where, you know, the legs and butts is at, you know. Enough of me joking around and being off-topic and a perverted-minded idiot. We have to it that she's firmly grounded herself and is transferring the energy from her feet to the dough through her legs and waist right now. Even right now, like, Rindo Senpai says, like, Nene's flexibility is her innate gift, you know? Because she's mixing the dough so thoroughly, there's no need to add more water than needed. It's authentic soba that has the minimum possible water content. When it's served cold, it'll have a smooth throat feel with a good affinity for the dipping sauce. If it's served warm, it'll have an exquisite mild flavor that comes from the mingling of the soba's flavors and the broth. Even right now, Azami says that's textbook perfection and wants everyone to give an applause to her. And we had to it that, like, there's a saying in the soba making world. 3 days to master the knife, 3 months to master the rolling pin, and 3 years to master the mixing bowl. It refers to the length of time required to actually master each step in the process of soba. And we see to it that, like, you could tell just from observing her work, the weight of the years spent mastering her craft here and there. And even freaking Yuki-chan's like, oh no, there's no way he could compete soba in the front. And we have to it that Souma explains that he's going to make instant soba, which is chance soba, chance cup soba. And everyone's like, what the hell are you even doing? No, like, we all know Souma, alright? He puts in the craziest ideas and makes it work. But you know, another thing too is that Souma has this thing to like take people on in their speciality that makes them stronger. So if anything else, let's continue. We have to it that even Ichiki's not too worried because he knows Souma's skill. And we have to it that Souma's gonna go with the 8-2 ratio for the buckwheat flour and wheat flour for the binding agent. Even Kukuko Nene in her mind says, while the soba I'm making uses a 9:1 ratio, he chose a 2 ratio. Some believe that the greater the proportion of the buckwheat flour to wheat flour, the higher the quality. But that is a major misconception, as Kukuko Nene is saying in her mind. We add to it that it shows that she says that, of course, the closer to 100% buckwheat, the stronger its fragrance. And we get to see something like 1 to 9, 2 to 8 that Souma is pretty much doing, you know? And the greater the buckwheat flavor and sweetness, but the lack of a binding agent would come across to an uninitiated as a dry, crumbly texture. I can respect that you didn't go for the pure buckwheat option, but we had to. The Kokoko Nene is like instant yakisoba, really. And Souma's like, what you say, senpai? She even says, like, Yukihira, you actually been winning this far, right? The impulsive creativity, rapid-fire ideas, maybe offbeat bluffs, but this time that won't work. The accumulation of time and history can make the beauty of soba shine, and you lack both. And she even says, don't think for a second that you can beat me at soba. And we had to that Yukihira Souma says, time and history, huh? Thanks for the advice, Kokoko Nene senpai. But you know what? all I'm doing here is making a soba dish that represents who I am. And we all know someone's been doing that throughout the entire series of Shokugeki. I mean, if you read it from the manga, from watching it from the anime up to this point right now, you would know Souma is always undermined because of his crazy ideas, honestly. But you know, it's like we get a flashback where he talks to his father, and his father asks him, "How are you gonna beat the Elite 10?" He goes like, "Well, just think on my feet, whatever the topic might be." And yeah, but also Joichiro reminds Souma, "But you lost to the autumn elections in the Pacific Sorry match, didn't you? And you even lost against the overcoming of Hayama's fragrance Bullseye." But he also tells Souma this though: even though you're about to face the Elite 10, they perfected their specialization. You do understand that, right? And even improving alone is not going to cut it. But there's one thing that Joichiro tells his son this. He says, "You do have one long time thing you've got though. Going for you that you won't lose to them at, don't you? The fact that you're from Medina is what gives you the advantage." That's what Joichiro told his son. And we had to it that Souma says, "I'm gonna make a soba that represents me. That wouldn't be some rarefied thing that only a select few can understand. Taste with widespread appeal and would be enjoyed no matter who the customer might be. I'll bring that kind of soba to life." That's Souma's goal. But you know what? He's using modern day noodle making machines, etc., and making nice noodles. Even everyone is mocking Souma, and they go, "What the hell? He's using a machine to make noodles? What a load of garbage, you know?" And we have to it that he's done or something. It's over. And they go, and even his friends right now are feeling doubtful about this. But we had to it that Kuriki was like, "Nah, he didn't throw in the towel. He's not that kind of person to give up." Even Nikumi agrees with that. Even Hayama, he's like, he's not that weak. He's not the kind of person that's gonna back down and throw in the towel and go like, I'm done. No way, man. That would just be boring and inadequate." And we have to it that even Erina says like Yukihira has not thrown the fight yet. He's quietly waiting for his chance. Though many of them go like, "Handmade noodles though? How's that gonna work?" And we have to it that Erina explains that handmade noodles are highly sought after in the soba and udon world. The noodles aren't good because they're handmade. They are good because they were skillfully made by hand. And she explains that there are many well-regarded restaurants who only do the hydration step by hand and do the rest using machines. The phrase "machine made is better than poorly done handmade" is common knowledge among soba aficionados or something. I can't pronounce that word. It's called aficionados or something. And we had to the Kokuko Nene agrees with that by saying that he has skill, but you could say he's kept the pace right behind me. But in reality the difference in quality between our soba noodles is undeniable. Even Kokuko Nene is saying that right now in her mind. Your victory is impossible. If you think you have another trick up your sleeve, I dare you to show it, Yukihira Souma. I'm thinking in my mind, just you wait, alright? If you did not prepare yourself fully against Yukihira Souma, then guarantee you're done. Because people undermine other people, especially when they're above, because they think they have the shots or the records just show it. But there's one thing in common though. There's always another one that could improve. And we had to the Ishiki talks to Souma and goes like, "Good job. You're being calm, Yukihira. I like that." And Souma's like, "What about your cooking, Ishiki?" He goes like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about me. Cheering on your teammates is part of teamwork, you know? Remember the joyous times we spent at a Polo Store dormitory, you know, blah, blah, blah." And we had to it that Satoshi, or whatever that guy is, was trying to talk to him and say, "Cooking is an art that encompasses our behavior during the cooking process. We ourselves are part of our work." And we had to it that he's doing the peppermill rondo or something, and he's weaving together the ultimate competitive performance, the Sesone. And even Ishiki's like, "Who are you again?" And he goes like, "It's Shiratsu Jurio." Shiratsu, yes. I don't even remember the guy, but he's a second year, and he became part of the new Elite 10 member. Even Rindo goes like, "Ishiki, you make me sad. You should at least remember the names of your classmates." Even Ishiki's like, "Hey, Rindo-senpai, your wearing your hair up looks really good on you, you know?" And we had to it that Shiratsu, or whatever that freaking pepper guy's name, Pepperman, says like, "I'll etch my very existence into your heart with this match. You know that?" And we had to it that like they're really concerned about Ishiki, but we have to it that Julio senpai or Shiratsu says like is already beginning to cook his eel. He's adding onions and garlic and then white wine into a rondo. His techniques he's trained in Italy are exploding on stage. Even right now, Erno explains that the Shiratsu family has been tasked with providing food to the Italian continent for generations. They are both known far and wide in both Japan and Italy. Even right now, Aldini says this might be a tough match for Ishiki, you know? This may come as a surprise to the Japanese, but eel dishes are mainstreamed in Europe. As Kurikiba served eel in the autumn election semifinals is but one example. And we have too that Aldini's brother says like in the southern Italy it's traditional to eat eel during Natale or Christmas. And we have too that Shiratsu Jurio must be pretty confident in his eel dishes as well. And Alice is wondering like what does Ishiki-san like specialize in? And we see to it that based on his uniform, he seems to be good at Japanese cuisine. But we have too that Kurikiba explains that there's a phrase similar to the soba's world. And Kurikiba says the same thing what Erina says, you know? 3 days to master the knife, 3 months to master the rolling pin, 3 years to master the mixing bowl. But we have to it that Kurikiba says this is a saying in terms of eel and seafood possibly. He says it's 3 years to master the skewer, 8 years to master the fillet, a lifetime to master the flame, dude. And they go like, wait, that is a whole different level then compared to soba. This is eel we are talking about right here, dude. Even right now, Kurikiba's like, I don't even know what kind of skill. I'm not even sure that Ishiki has that much kind of a skill. And we see to it that Ishiki was planning to make an eel farm with this kohais, possibly like greenhouses won't hibernate, they'll grow fast, but Yuki-chan's like, this is not the time for this right now. What are you doing? And we had to it that Shiratsu actually criticizes Ishiki for like goofing off in the match, you know? You never show your true colors and just wing everything. I have sincere respect for your talent as much as Dantaro senpai, whom I admire. Even right now, like him, someone's like, who? That guy? And then Mary Viglicio or something. And we had to it that I have dreamed of the day you and I would flourish in Central side by side, you know? I have dreamed, why won't you bend the knee to Director Azumi? You're an idiot, you know that? Even Ishiki's like, you know what? It's kind of true. Even Shiratsu asked Kukulane to give some criticism to him too. Tell him he's a disgrace to his renowned family and the Ishiki family. And they go like, disgrace to a renowned family? And Ishiki's like, wow, talk about insults here and there. Even right now, like, Shiratsu goes like, Ishiki, do you have no pride? And you know what? I heard that you got removed from the Elite 10 and you decided to, like, haul up into the Polestar dormitory and hang out in the Rift Lab. You know what? As a member of the Ishiki family, you should not be mingling with those lowlights, which caused Ishiki to get really serious. He goes like, can you shut the hell up for a second? So, and he ends up showing his skill by cutting the eel so fast. Even right now, Shiratsu just could only stare in total surprise. Even Kuroki was like, what the hell? It was like severed blood vessels took a while to realize they had been cut. Even Kuroki was like, that guy just cut the eel in half without having to like damage anything. Even right now, Yukihiro Souma realizes that I can even tell right now he wasn't even half the serious the time when he challenged me to a small match. If his skills are superhuman, who the hell is he? And we had to it that Ishii goes like, you know, is that all you can do? My. I didn't think you run your mouth about everyone at my dorm, you know, my juniors. But you know what? I made up my mind. Shiratsu-kun, is that your name? Maybe I'll be serious about kicking your butt right now, you know that? So, best be prepared. Even right now, everyone just looks at Ishiki with a solemn look, and everyone's like, oh man, this is going to be very interesting. Even Souma goes like, I knew this guy was holding back, but damn. And the moment Souma saw his skill, like, just cut the eel that quick, you know, without damaging anything else, oh dear lord. We had to it that the next episode's called Bearing Polestar Dormitory. So yeah, anyways, this episode right here, like I said, it was really well done. I was really happy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they done it right. You know, the way how it was done, like I said, was really nice. I mean, many people say it was kind of going to a fast pace or rushing pace, but I think it's going pretty well. I think it's just because maybe when I read this in the manga, I think it was well detailed and much better, and maybe some scenes that might be unnecessary that might have been omitted, maybe to save for a certain surprise, but still. Anyways, like I said, this episode was really good. The details in it and the cooking that took me a while to get the screenshots to understand and explain it, put in my recap. Yeah. Anyways, looking forward to the next episode. I'm pretty excited to see more, and can't wait to see how the match is gonna go. I mean, it's gonna be so good. Until then, I will see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Right? Peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.